Hi, I'm Matt Cottenham, General Manager at Trademark Home Inspection out of Southeast Michigan, where we like to talk everything about home inspection and the real estate industry. And today we're going to be talking about first-time home buyers. And we have a special guest here today. We have Mr. Devon Smith of Coldwell, Baker, Weir, Manuel, and the Smith team. Devon, thank you for being here today, and take just a couple minutes and tell us about yourself.
No, thank you. I appreciate being here, and I'm excited to talk to some first-time home buyers and discuss a little bit about what they can expect.
Awesome.
My name is Devon Smith. I am part of the Smith team. The other part is Kelly Smith, my wife. We work out of Plymouth, Michigan, and with Coldwell Banker Weir Manuel. And one of our specialties is first-time home buyers.
Yeah, and talking about first-time home buyers, that can be very scary for people. So let's say someone's out there thinking about, I want to buy that first house. What's the first step they should take before even talking with people, or before they talk with them? What's the first thing they should do?
Right. Yeah. The first step really is to get your lending in order, or at least talk to a mortgage broker, and to talk to, whether it's your bank or mortgage broker, what have you, talk to somebody that can tell you how much you can afford to spend, number one, and what you feel comfortable spending is most important out of the whole process.
Yeah, and that's really good advice. We've actually done a lot of houses where people have way overbought just because the bank told them they could get more money. And we've been in houses and go visit them a couple of years later or a year later, and they still can't afford the furniture for it. So being comfortable, that's an important part. But also, you want to kind of know if I can afford a little more, because it might be a little better investment. So I think that's really good advice. So we're approved. We know what we're going to spend. We're comfortable with what we're going to spend. What's the process look like?
Right. Well, contrary to the TV shows, because 99% of buyers out there will watch TV and they'll see a show that shows three homes. They'll pick one and make an offer on it and live happily ever after. Well, it doesn't quite work that way. It's more you run a search, you hire an agent so that you have somebody on your side that knows the business. Run a search, find a home, put an offer in a home. Hopefully you get approved for that home, or you get the offer accepted. And then you go through the inspection process, which is critical to the due diligence of protecting your investment. And then you go through title, loan, and then get to the closing table.
What I'm hearing is it can be a little bit of a process. Realistically, Devon, how long should that process normally take once they find the home? Because that can be a variable in there that no one really knows. But they found the home, they get their offer in. How long does it normally take to go to closing?
Right, and that's a good question. If it's a cash offer, a cash deal, and you don't have to deal with a lender, then it can be as quick as 1 week, 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
If it's using a lender, they have to do some underwriting, etc. So it can be 35 to 45 days.
So really still not that bad. I mean, when you think about it, if you find a home fairly quickly, you can realistically be in a home in a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it can move quick, and as we've talked, it's a bit of a process. So, one thing I often get, and not all real estate agents feel the same on this. What are your takes? Should people get a home inspection?
I absolutely believe that anytime you buy a home, whether it's a brand new home or a 100-year-old home, you should have it professionally inspected. I mean, a lot of times I have clients that have mentioned that they have a friend that's in the business or a contractor. I always recommend don't go with that, go with a professional home inspector, just because they are trained to find things that you might not see, and you don't want your home to turn into a money pit.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not that the home inspectors are out there trying to be deal killers. I mean, in all true honesty, we want to inform the buyers of what the condition of the house is, but we really want to look for those things that are going to significantly impact the value of the home.
Yeah.
So, let's circle back just a little bit. As a first-time home buyer, I'm out looking at houses. How many houses should I look at before I put an offer in?
Yeah, that's another good question. It goes back to the TV show, 3 and done. That's not really the case. I've had clients that have found the right home the first time, at the first home. But realistically, you should just go into it with an open mind, looking at what is the right home for you. So it could be the first home, it could be the 10th home. It's a variable you can't really measure until you start looking at homes.
Right, yeah. And that really kind of leads us into the next question is, you find that home, how much should you offer on it?
Right. And that's where it's so important to have a professional real estate agent or a realtor that's with you. That realtor can run comparables. They can look at the market. They can look at things on what has sold. They can come back to you with a suggestion on what's too much and what's not enough. In some cases, you might miss out because you want to lowball the house. But in a market that we're in today, you need to be prepared to pay a good market value for it.
So that's actually very interesting to me because I never realized that. I know when people go to list a house that they run comparables, but it's actually something that's nicely done when you're going to put that offer in to kind of know what should I be offering. So
Absolutely, critical step.
that's actually really good information. So you've mentioned it several times, the professional realtor. When someone's out and they're getting ready to hire that professional real estate agent, what should they be looking for?
Right. Well, you want to find a realtor that meshes with your personality because you're going to be working together.
Right.
You need to find a realtor that is honest and trustworthy and transparent, and that will work solely for your benefit. So you definitely want to interview multiple realtors is the ideal scenario, and then work with the one that really you'll get a good feeling about.
Yeah. And that's some really good information. And we're going to kind of leave it right there, I think, Devin, because you've given us so much. And I think you've really taken a lot of the fear of that first time home buying out for a lot of people, hopefully. If you find the right people, you align yourself with the right people, the process really isn't that bad, is it?
Right. No, absolutely.
Well, Devin, I really appreciate you coming and talking with us today. You dropped a ton of golden nuggets for our viewers out there. I appreciate it. And I definitely, we want to help this guy out. He come out here out of the kindness of his heart. He's not being paid to be here. So if someone needs to get a hold of you and they want to talk even real estate or maybe looking for a real estate agent, how can they get a hold of the Smith team?
Right. Yeah, and we're easy to get a hold of, and we work nationwide. We have contacts nationwide. So anybody across the nation that needs help or what have you, you can find us at thesmithteamrealtors.com, or you can call me direct 248-444-0392. I'll pick up my phone and we can talk.
Wow, and Kelly's okay with you giving out that number?
Absolutely,
You
she's okay with it.
All right, I know Kelly, by the way, so yeah. Everyone, thank you. If you have any home inspection tips or need anything like that, you can always email us at info@trademark home inspection. And until next time, thanks for tuning in.